Hello, wonderful people. My name is Eva from the Garden of Eve on social media and on the internet and in my mind and in my heart. And today I wanted to talk about an exercise that has been really helpful for me. I've known this exercise for quite some time, although not the extended version of this. And the extended version that I'm about to talk about has been really helpful to alleviate some of my anxiety. So it's called the worry appointment, and perhaps some of you already know about this. The worry appointment is where you take a specific amount of time during the day to sit with your worries. So, for example, you choose to sit with your worries for 30 minutes, and you specifically during that time, the time is really for you to worry about your worries. So I've done this in the past and I found it a little bit helpful, but the thing is, you don't take any tangible action on the worries, and I was still quite stuck in my head. So I learned an extended approach from Stephen Matthew Adams, and I will link his Instagram down below because I do want to credit the right person. And the worry appointment, the suggestion has been made quite a lot from previous therapists that I had, but it hasn't been as successful as what I'm about to lay out for you. So the point is that you're still going to have this appointment with yourself where you are, sitting, thinking about your worries for about 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever works for you, the amount of time that you need or think you need. But at the same time, you're also writing down your worries, and there is an exercise attached to it. And during this exercise, you are going to ask yourself some questions that will make clear whether you have control over these worries or not. So the first question is it a tangible worry? This means, is the worry that you have a concrete worry? Is it can you clearly define the worry? Because sometimes we have these worries about, okay, the world is ending and I don't know what's going to happen to me, which is these worries are so big, and also there's not really any evidence for this, although there could be there could be signs, but it's too big to define it in a clear and concise manner. So first you will ask, is it a tangible worry? Then the second question is it significant? And this means, is it an important worry, or is it noticeable? So sometimes we have those little worries that keep bugging us quite a lot, and actually these worries are not really important. I mean, sometimes we worry about things that if we would just leave it alone, these problems would resolve on their own, or someone else would take care of it, So it's really important to ask that question, if it is significant, so if it is important or noticeable. Then the third question is this problem or is this worry imminent? And this means, is it an immediate threat? It's also quite important to make that distinction, because as I just said, sometimes problems just resolve on their own, but it's still important to take a look at our worries, because I do think that fear and worrying can be sometimes a helpful mechanism, because it points us to certain threats in our lives, and it can be helpful, just not to forget what needs to be done. So is it an immediate threat? And if it is, then you obviously need to take some action if you can, and that is the next question. Can I do something about it? This is very important because there can be imminent threats which we don't really have any control over, but there can be imminent threats that we do have control over. So then, if you can do something about it, ask the following question: what have I done about it? And this is important because oftentimes we worry so much, we are stuck in our heads, and because we are stuck in our heads and are worrying all the time, and you know, this big cloud of worry is developing, we don't have any energy or capacity left to do something about it. We're so stuck in the mental process of worrying that we do not take any action. So what have I done about it? And oftentimes the answer is I haven't done anything about it. So if you haven't done anything about the tangible, significant, and imminent threat or worry, then the final question is, what am I going to do about it? So then you can make a little action plan or big action plan, whatever is needed. And I hope that this list will help you to define the things that you do have control over and the things that you don't have control over. And, you know, asking these questions and writing it down makes it really concrete what it is you need to let go of and what it is you can take responsibility for. Initially, I thought maybe I would feel a little, you know, disempowered because there's so many things I cannot take responsibility for. There are so many things I don't have control over. But once you realize there are certain things in your life that you do have control over and you previously didn't do anything about it, but now you have a concrete plan and you know what's going on and why you have those worries, it makes a lot more sense, and it gives some sense of empowerment because previously you didn't do anything about it. So, and now you can because you've made it clear for yourself and you have a strategy. And then of course it is important to actually take action. So yeah, that is the exercise for the worry appointment. So yeah, just grab a pen and paper and take 30 minutes out of your day and sit with your worries and go approach each worry like this with these questions. And try to figure out what you can do and what you need to let go of. And I'm sure it will make you feel a whole lot better and less anxious. And yeah, more productive, I guess. For me, it works that way. Well, I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you for watching this video. You're beautiful, and I love all of us.